recent trend of late is money going into cannabis companies. And this is all speculative because there's some chatter about the U.S. Easing up on some of the legislation related to cannabis sales, maybe on a nationwide basis instead of state to state. Well, over the past 6 days, canopy growth has gained 140%. It is still, still just barely above $1 per share. You have to keep that in mind. It's still down 40% plus for the year. But nevertheless, canopy growth this morning alone is up by 24%. Tilray on Wall Street's up by 6%. Aurora Cannabis up by 17%. Big bets here in the early trade again on the cannabis sector. BlackBerry, which you couldn't give away last week after they issued a second quarter sales warning, this morning back up by 8% in the early trade. Wall Street's got the Dow Jones doing pretty much what stock futures indicated. Dow Jones up 105. Early bounce for Dow Inc., 3M. JP Morgan's on the rise. Apple's up by 0.4% ahead of tomorrow's iPhone 15 unveiling. Qualcomm's up by 6% after announcing an extension of a deal with Apple to supply 5G modem processors for the iPhone through to 2026, and Tesla getting an upgrade this morning. Morgan Stanley, that one's up by about 4%. The price for oil, fresh 10-month high for crude. Well, that was a couple minutes ago, at least, when it was north of $88 a barrel. The TSX up 23. This is City News. Business is brought to you by Alexanians.
We love our pets, accidents and messes included. That's why this month at Alexanians, we're featuring Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect Carpet at savings up to 50%. Designed for the whole family in mind, Pet Perfect features built-in protection from staining, fading, pet hair, and everyday messes and odors. Pet Perfect Carpet, perfect for any home, now at up to 50% off. Visit one of Alexanian's 20 locations or alexanian.com.
At Toyota, we build quality vehicles with you in mind. It's not like we're always thinking about you. We're not obsessed or anything. We just know you value your 9 to 5 as much as your 5 to 9. And with a reliable RAV4, Canada's best-selling SUV, you're capable of making the most of both. It's time to make every moment count. It's time to Toyota. Lease a 2023 RAV4 Hybrid LE all-wheel drive from $108 weekly for 60 months at 8.39% with $4,075 down. Visit shoptoyota.ca or your local Ontario Toyota dealer today. FYI, still thinking about you.
Right now, downtown, we've got a mix of sun and cloud and 19 degrees. City News 680 is CSTR AM Toronto. City News time, 10 o'clock.
Toronto's #1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is City News 680 everywhere.
Well, good morning. This is Monday, the 11th of September. I'm Steve Roberts.
And I'm Irene Freckler. Here's what's making news this hour.
A horrific late-night crash in Vaughan. The motorcycle was in several pieces. A motorcycle rider is dead. A car driver charged with impaired. Breaking news from the streets. A woman has been taken to hospital after she was struck by a vehicle this morning. We'll have the latest details on that moments from now.
With kids back in school and the fall respiratory virus season closing in, Toronto's Board of Health stocking COVID-19 boosters.
The Blue Jays host the Texas Rangers for the first of 4 in the biggest series of the year. DeMar Hamlin not expected to play for the Bills against the Jets tonight. Sports at 15.
We've got a winning start for markets. The Nasdaq's the best performer so far, with U.S. inflation data to come this week. Business at 26. City News Time, 10:01.
It's time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Eva Francescato.
Right now, we unfortunately have some major issues on that westbound 401 still. So let's start off with the big problem. Westbound 401 from Highway 25 to Guelph Line, all lanes remain closed because of a collision investigation. Emergency crews are on the scene. You will be forced off at Highway 25. You cannot rejoin the highway until Guelph Line. Westbound 401 is slow from the 412 to Salem, from west of the 404 to Avenue Express and Collectors, and then West 401 approaching Weston Express. Right lane is still blocked with a collision. Emergency crews are on the scene. You'll find it jammed up from Kiel, both in the Express and Collector lane. And then we've got that closure from Highway 25 to Guelph Line, all shut down through there. So leave some extra time because it's already jammed up from Trafalgar, both in the Express and Collector lanes, right through to that closure at 25. If you are opting to use westbound Campbellville Road as an alternate route, that one has really gotten quite heavy from just west of Highway 25 all using that instead. So it's really tough trying to get around this ongoing closure, and MTO still not sure how long this closure will be in effect. So really leave yourself lots of extra time. You can always try using westbound Derry as an alternate route. So far that one looks to be moving a little bit better. If you're east on the 401, that's jammed up from Mountsburg Conservation Area right through to Highway 25. Eastbound 401 east of Mississauga Road on the right shoulder still have that problem there. We had an earlier vehicle fire. And then on the east 401, the Ramsey Avenue right lane is still blocked with a stalled vehicle. So from the 427 to east of Keel, alternately express and collectors. Southbound Don Valley Parkway approaching Baby Bloor. Right lane right shoulder is also blocked because of a stalled motorcycle that's on the right shoulder. Emergency crews are still on the scene through here. It's quite busy from Finch all the way down to Baby Bloor. So really heavy there. Southbound Don Mills approaching Shepherd. 2 right lanes are closed off for construction. Earn your MBA from Queen Smith School of Business right here in Toronto. Find out more at smithmbaintoronto.com. Now the forecast with Jill Taylor. No weather concerns for us today. Sun and cloud are guaranteed high 23 degrees. Clouds move in tonight. Showers move in overnight. 17 for the low. For today, the guaranteed high 23. We've got a mix of sun and clouds at 19 degrees. City News Time 10:03.
A motorcyclist is dead. A driver is now in custody after a deadly crash in Vaughan. It happened in the Jane and Highway 7 area overnight.
City's Carl Hansky is at the scene with details.
Police are investigating who was at fault when the motorcycle and car collided here at Jane Street and Highway 7 just after midnight. The motorcycle was destroyed on impact and burst into flames. City TV cameraman Bert Dandy got a close-up look.
It looks like it was a high impact. It busted and exploded in many pieces. We're talking like over 20 pieces all over the road. The bike hit the car, it looks like on the front right side. So I'm not sure who didn't give the right of way if somebody was speeding, but it was a lot of damage and pieces went all over the roadway.
The motorcycle rider was thrown from the bike. He was pronounced dead. The car involved suffered massive damage, but the driver's okay and has been charged with impaired driving. The intersection reopened at 6 a.m. In Vaughan, Carl Hansky, City News.
The breaking news from North York this morning. A woman in her 70s has been taken to hospital with what's described as critical injuries after she was struck by a vehicle. This one happened just after 9 this morning at Wilson in Wilson Heights, just east of Allen. Now, police say the vehicle did remain at the scene. Stay, though, with City News 680 for more on this developing story.
Health officials in Toronto are asking parents to stay vigilant and keep their kids up to date on vaccinations now that school has resumed, especially given the triple threat of respiratory illnesses we've been dealing with. City's Caitlin Lee joins us live with the details. Caitlin. Yeah, Irene, the health of kids top of mind as they're now back in the classroom. The Board of Health talking this morning about the lingering risk of COVID-19 and the threat of other viruses like the flu and RSV expected to circulate as we spend more time indoors. Toronto Public Health planning to help students grades 7 to 12 catch up with vaccinations as well and get back to pre-pandemic rates. Here's Toronto's top Dr. Eileen DeVilla.
We are seeing a change in season. There are, as well with that, some very distinctive public health challenges.
Mental health, also a focus of today's meeting. They say 59% of Ontario students have reported the pandemic has left them feeling depressed about the future. This is something they hope to address. Reporting live, Caitlin Lee, City News.
City News 680. Traffic alert.
This is Eva Fragiskatos from the City News 680 Traffic Center. Westbound 401 from Highway 25 to Guelph Line remains closed because of a collision. The City News 680 Traffic Watch continues.
You are listening to City News 680. It's now 10:06. Well, days after a massive earthquake rocked parts of Morocco, and rescue workers are still trying to get to some of the hardest hit remote villages.
The death toll is already so high and rising, and the United Nations estimates some 300,000 people have been affected by this magnitude 6.8 earthquake, the hardest to hit Morocco in over a century. There have been several aftershocks. The epicenter, high in the Atlas Mountains just south of Marrakesh, where entire neighborhoods have been wiped out. And this man is one of so many who are now grieving.
My parents, my father and my mother, I have lost them here.
And amid offers of government help from several countries, Moroccan officials have been reluctant to accept. CNN's Larry Madao.
The official government explanation is that having too many people in at the same time will be counterproductive, even though the UN coordinator in Morocco says it's coordinating all this. Office of International Health.
Here, donations can be made to the Canadian Red Cross, Global Medic, also the Moroccan Association of Toronto. Jamie Pulfer, City News. City News time, 10:07. The sexual assault trial of former Canadian fashion executive Peter Nygaard is set to begin in a Toronto courtroom today. The 82-year-old faces 8 counts of sexual assault and 3 counts of forcible confinement, allegedly involving 8 victims between 1987 and 2005. He also faces similar charges in Quebec, Manitoba, and the U.S. Nygaard denies the allegation.
Well, Global News has obtained the Ford government's mandate letter from the government's first term in office, calling on ministers back in 2018 to be of the highest ethical standards and reiterating a number of campaign promises. The government has been fighting to keep the contents of the mandate letter secret, denying a CBC request under Freedom of Information, with the Supreme Court of Canada deliberating the case since April. But Global News obtained the document from a source independently verifying the contents. In 2018, the Premier appeared adamant that all ministers be held accountable for their portfolios, saying the baseline question to be asked would be, would any action be good for the people, using that year's campaign slogan, arguing the previous Liberal government had been trapped in a bubble of elite interests and lobby groups. He also said the government would cut gas taxes, reduce hospital wait times, and create good jobs. The Ford government now finds itself in the middle of a growing scandal over the $8 billion Greenbelt land swap deal, in which the former housing minister Steve Clark was found to have violated the Integrity Act. Mike Apple, City News.
It's a big week for the Jays.
The Blue Jays have a recent history of battling hard and scratching their way into the postseason. Fans are hoping history repeats itself as the Jays host the Texas Rangers in a 4-game set starting tonight here at Rogers Center.
It's been up and down, but September baseball is a whole different story. It's a long season, and I'm just excited to get to October baseball.
And imagine being 10-year-old Nathaniel, who got to see the Jays weekend sweep of the